In this video, I'm going to be installing Unitronic's Turbo Inlet on my Mk7 Golf Sportwagon. Welcome to the Dad Wagon. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, thank you. Today's install is going to be really fast, pretty easy, and is actually one of the more affordable mods you can do to your Golf GTI or your Golf R. That is a turbo inlet pipe. The stock pipe is pretty restrictive and small, and it's made out of plastic. There's a wide range of options out there ranging from $99 to about $200 that are all going to make a pretty decent jump in your airflow into your turbo and engine. If you want more details about exactly what these are doing and how to choose the best one, I highly recommend checking out mygolfmark7.com. He does all sorts of thorough research on things such as intakes and turbo inlets and gives you the data so you can make informed decisions and actually see what they're doing for your car. So go check that out if you have a second. Now this one's the Unitronic. It's all metal construction, direct bolt on, and everything fit really well. I'm also going to be pairing it up with a new intake, which you'll see in a future video as well. So let's jump into this install, and it shouldn't take too long. To get started, grab a flathead screwdriver or a socket and ratchet in order to loosen the clamp that holds on the turbo side of the intake hose. Once you have that loosened up, go ahead and remove the turbo side of the intake hose. Grab a T30 and loosen the bolt that holds the turbo inlet in place now. Alright, we're going to hold up here real quick because we're going to talk about this thing here. This is the PCV hose. This is going to have to come off eventually. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to do it out there. If you look up other install videos, about half the people take this off before they even loosen up the turbo inlet. However, when I tried to do this, and they all did mention it's tough, but I was just really worried about breaking that piece of plastic. So I opted to wait and take it off from the engine block, and we'll get to that shortly. Alright, with that removed, you should be able to rotate the turbo inlet about, 20 to 25 degrees clockwise back towards the cabin of the car, and then pull it out straight to the driver's side. So at this point, this was another time I tried to take off the PCV hose, but I'm really short. I couldn't get any leverage back there to be able to do it, and I can tell you now that I did get it off, it takes a lot of pressure, so that's why I ended up taking this next step. So what I had to do was end up taking off the coil pack harness, as well as loosening up one of the T30s on that fuel rail that's right behind there, so I could get enough room to get the PCV hose connector out that's in between the first two coil packs on the driver's side. From there, I was able to remove the entire inlet with the PCV hose, take it over to a workbench, and give it hell. So this is just a side-by-side comparison of the stock turbo inlet versus the Unitronic turbo inlet. You can see obviously the construction is different in material, but then also just in sheer size, there's a lot more room with hopefully a lot less restriction for air movement. Before installing the new inlet, I went back and put the PCV hose back on, replaced the coil pack harness, as well as that fuel rail. Before installing the new inlet, be sure to transfer over and lube up the O-ring or the gasket that goes on the turbo side of the part. Alright, go ahead and slide in your new turbo inlet the exact opposite way you took off the old one. Press in till it's completely sealed, and then spin counterclockwise until it locks into position. Grab your T30 and tighten up the bolt that keeps the turbo inlet pipe in position. Now reconnect your PCV hose by simply pushing down until you hear it click into place. Now go ahead and get that intake hose reconnected. And the last step is to tighten that clamp down and make sure it doesn't come off. That's it. You've successfully completed the install of your turbo inlet pipe and are now letting your turbo breathe just a little bit more easy. Thanks for watching this install video. There's a bunch more coming out in the near future, and the next one is going to be the install of a brand new cold air intake on this Mk7. Thanks for watching.